Well, hello everyone, and welcome in to our program, Outside Story. Well, you got the inside story from Barbara Anderson earlier, but now you got the outside story with Fran and Joe coming in from New York. Well, they're former Jehovah's Witnesses, and they have a program on here. And what they're trying to do is bring ex-Jehovah's Witnesses together. So let's bring Fran and Joe on right now. Let's talk to them, and let's see how they're doing tonight. Hello, Fran and Joe.
Hello.
Hi, Rick.
Hi, Rick.
And everyone else.
Hello.
Yes, hello, you guys. So things are moving in the right direction. We have a different way we're doing things tonight. We may not use it with you folks. I'm going to be very cautious here because there's so many people coming into our network, a lot of rebel rousing. They couldn't get through our 6 screens, but they've been calling me all night on my personal phone, trying to cause some trouble. But whoever it is, whether it's drunken Bethelites or Watchtower operatives or whatever, but I'll keep an eye out for them in your program. But I want people to be able to just open up and talk to you, so I'll be able to monitor it a lot better. So what do you guys got on the agenda tonight?
Well, we're going to update everyone on what we've been doing, and then we're going to take some calls. And Rick, you have that TikTok that we sent you of that woman?
Selena, yes.
No, not Selena. Her name is about being, she said about Jesus. Who is Jesus? What is Jesus? It's a short one.
All right, let me get in. Let me check that right now. Give me
the name of that is No Nonsense.
No Nonsense.
No.
Spirituality.
No.
Yes.
No Nonsense.
No Nonsense Spirituality, something like that. And
let's see. When did you send it? Yesterday?
I sent it this morning or yesterday.
All right, let me take a look. Let me get right in here right now. Just stay with me as I look.
Nonsense. I didn't write it down, but I think it was. Well, anyway.
All right. Okay, well, sex offender found in Massachusetts? No?
No, I sent that to you. I think it was before that.
All right, let me keep going down here.
If not, I can send it to you again.
All right, let me just take a look here. I don't have that for some reason.
Okay.
Yeah, send it to me. Did you want to play that one, did you?
Yes, we'll get that. In the meantime, I'll just kind of keep you up to date what we've been doing. Actually, tonight we had a wedding, and we didn't know if we were going to be able to make it. We didn't know if we were going to be on 6 screens. At first, we thought we were going to have to cancel, but at the last minute, we got a room with one of the families, and so we're here in Speculator, New York. If anyone knows where that is, it's in the Adirondacks, and it's north of Utica, about an hour and a half. And the wedding, it was our niece, and they got married on top of a mountain. So this was interesting. We had to go up a chairlift. They brought everyone up the chairlift, and the scenery was just beautiful. We were looking over a mountain and looking out at a mountain to one side, and the other side there was a lake. It's a Lake Pleasant, if anyone's familiar with the area. The weather was absolutely beautiful. We had just a few raindrops. We were kind of worried, but that went away. And they got married up on the mountaintop. And then, are you looking for it?
Yeah.
Okay. And then we had a reception inside, a full reception, dancing. Joe and I danced, and it was loud, but we just got into it, and it was a good time. They're a nice young couple, and so we wish them the best, Jennifer and Bence. Anyway, so we're here in a big, huge house that the family rented, and we have our own bedroom, bathroom, and everything. So anyway, if anyone knows Speculator, New York, and Oak Mountain, it's just beautiful up here. The second thing, just to update you, we've had 3 local meetups at our place. So the first one we only had 4 show up, but it was really good. Then the second one, we had 10 of us all together. And just this past Thursday, we had 9. Okay, we found, no, okay. So if you want to just talk about our meetups, I'll send this to Rick. I got to do it on my phone though. Okay,
Yeah, the meetups, we've had, how many at this?
three meetups.
3 meetups, and each time we've had a little more. Last time we had 9, was it? I
9,
didn't keep
yes,
track.
yep, 9.
But they're tremendous times. They really are. There are people who have been just recently out, and even ones who've been out for years, for
Yes.
decades.
That's the thing that was
And
impressive.
interesting, sometimes the ones who've been out for decades are reluctant to meet up with the friends again, the exes, because they want to stay away from the drama. They don't want to get re-triggered. They don't want to have to rehash things that they might have successfully left and go through that again. But every time we've encouraged them to kind of try it, they've been glad, because they have so much to add, and they also gain so much from the ones that are out as well. It really is very good for everybody. We have such nice times. What we're trying to do too is have every one of them try to bring someone else in. And we know it's difficult because there are, I'm sure, many PMOs in our area, but I'm sure they also want to stay anonymous, because they obviously don't want to be shunned or get any other grief. So we understand that. But we encourage anyone who's listening now who is PMO to think very seriously about, what your values really are. And there's no way that I'm going to underestimate family. I will not underestimate the value of family, but I also won't underestimate the value of integrity, or your own self. Not only your own self-worth, but your own wanting to be honest. Because frankly, for the short time that I was PMO, I was being very dishonest. I was trying to convince somebody that I was something that I was not.
Yeah, it felt
And,
really weird
well,
doing that,
it just, it did, I didn't feel good about that at all. And I realized there had to be a decision. And at that point, I felt strongly about informing my family and clearly stating to them what was going on, how I felt about it, and what we needed to do about it. And at that point, everybody needs to make their own decisions. We made ours, they made theirs, and we go forward. We go forward living more honestly and as free people. And our family, unfortunately, at this point, near as I can tell, continue. We really don't know for sure, but near as we know, that they continue active in that organization. But I have no idea. For all I know, I have no idea. And I don't like that. I really don't like that. But we have to move forward. And sometimes moving forward means, I'm not going to say letting go, but taking on something new and different. And we still have a view toward our family being more open-minded. I have no idea what's going to happen. I really don't. And I wish them the best. And I believe that they will make the decision that they want to make. That's the most important thing. As long as they're making the decision they want to make. We come to realize that, and this is going to refer to the video that we're going to see of that this one young woman who studied theology. Now, she was a Mormon. She is no more, but yet she went on to study theology. Now, theology it's not studying religion, but it's studying people in religion. In other words, why do people desire or take on or live religion? What's the point? What's the purpose? What are the different ways that they do it? What effects does it have? What problems does it make? What benefits does it have? There's benefits. There's also tremendous problems. And this is something that you probably, and I know I didn't learn when I was younger. I didn't learn about religion. I learned about my religion, or the religion of my parents, the one I was born into. Fran learned about the one she was born into, and you learned about the one you were probably born into, or the one you took on. But you probably didn't learn about why you even care about religion, or why you, as a human being, need or desire religion, and its benefits and effects. And that's theology. It's the study of religion. It's not a religion that you take on. It's studying the person, the human being, and how they react to it. And this is, if you haven't researched that and studied that, you need to. You need to, because otherwise, it's like never having a car before, but needing a car, and you just buy the one that someone put in front of you. And you just take for granted that this is the car I'm going to drive. And you don't even think about any other one, because that's the only one in your mind that you can see. It's been recommended to you just because your whole family happens to drive those cars. And you may or may not benefit from it. You may or may not like it. It may or may not work for you. Mm-hmm. You may end up thinking it's a piece of junk. It's a trash. You hate it. On the other hand, you may love it. But let's say that for some reason you have a very hard time with that car, and you say, I gotta get rid of it. It's killing me in different ways. I'm going to get another car. Well, if you just buy the next car that you see, or the next one that somebody puts in your way, chances are you're going to have the same problem. So until you do some research about what are your needs, what are the different kinds of cars, what are the different problems of the different cars, what does it cost to own different cars, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, you're going to continue to make some very serious problems for yourself. Religion is the same way. We never learned about why we are in a religion. We only learned a religion. And at this point, witnesses who are leaving, and if they're still interested in religion, they need to learn about not a new religion, they need to learn about religion in their own needs as a human being, and why religion can provide for their needs. Or they may not provide for their needs. They may actually provide problems for them, big problems. Mm-hmm. And until you do your research, you'll be in the dark. You'll be making one bad decision after another. People ask, oh, you're no longer a witness. So what religion are you going to go to? Well, I suppose that's a reasonable question, because maybe some people think, well, you got to have a religion. Oh my goodness, how can you behave without a religion? On the other hand, some people say, no, I had enough experience with religion, and I'm not looking for any more religion. I've come to learn what it means to me. Mm-hmm. On the other hand, another person said, I'm looking for a nice church to go to, or even a different religion. And they proceed to do that. Well, okay, if it works, great. But chances are they're doing it very blindly. Just the nature.
Hello,
that
very nice.
just the fact that Jehovah's Witnesses took on that religion, that organization, Jehovah's Witnesses, indicated that they were people that were more than comfortable to let someone else do the work for them. I'll use myself. I said, well, this is a great opportunity. I guess you can call me an opportunist. I saw a group of people that had families. We had a family, young people. Says, well, it's good for them to have an involvement with other families. Good opportunity for that. Good. I don't have to look for any. They're right there. They'll just basically lay out all the research for us, and all we have to do is accept it. And so what you have to do at that point is turn your mind off and turn your critical thinking off and become an obedient person. I guess you could say sheep-like, a follower. And you'd have to follow. And if you don't follow, you get punished for it. And that's that religion. Okay, well, it didn't work. Didn't work for us. Didn't work for us. And we found it didn't work for many. We found the problems in it. And one of the big problems was hiding pedophiles. And at that point, I said, this is no way that we're going to stay here. We're out. We're done. We're gone. Okay, next step.
One question there, Joe. Did you send the video? I still haven't got it.
Okay, so I had the choice of sending it mail drop. You didn't get it, did you, Rick?
No, I didn't. No.
I don't know. We were having trouble with it. Maybe we can just show. It's a very short. It's on TikTok. If anyone wants to look it up.
And show it. Why don't we just show it? Let's see if it'll work this way.
Yeah,
I think it'll work.
Let's do it
Let's
here.
just show it directly over our camera.
All right, let me start it from the beginning.
Yeah, the
Turn up
point
the volume.
is to see, is to find out what research is available.
The belief that Jesus is coming in their lifetime and the fact that they were wrong.
No,
I'm more and more convinced that. Here's something that I want from Christianity as an ex-Christian.
We'll square this away in a second.
There's a cute little quip that says that the two things that Christians have in common across history, the only two things, is the belief that Jesus is coming in their lifetime and the fact that they were wrong. The doctrine changes, the concept of God changes, the Bible changes, politics changes things, but the two things that stay the same is the belief that Jesus is returning in your lifetime and the fact that he didn't. Now, that may be oversimplifying things a lot, but there is some kernel of truth in that. Christianity has to stay in a state of perpetual end times in order to keep its relevance. It's always been the end. It's always going to be the end. The world is always getting worse, despite all of our markers that show in many ways that it's getting better. It's always wars and rumors of wars. It's always right around the corner. You're the chosen generation to usher in the millennium. And at some point, I just want Christianity to give me a year where you say, if Jesus doesn't come by this year, based on our most generous calculation. I'm going to say something that's really going to blow your mind. I want to.
I've got a wandering finger. I'm sorry.
From the Bible, based on our most generous understanding of seals and signs and all of that. What year would you say, if it takes this long, maybe we're wrong and maybe Jesus isn't coming and maybe we have to take full responsibility for the state of things and fix it ourselves? So currently, as it stands from Pew Research, 4 in 10 Americans believe that we're living in the end times. 5 of 10 believe that Jesus will return to Earth someday, which is interesting considering that I don't think 5 out of 10 Americans are actively going to, a Christian church every Sunday. So the belief continued, even though some of those do not actively participate in Christianity in an organized way. And then 1 in 10 Americans believe that Jesus is coming in our lifetime and it's right around the corner. So the highest percentage of these beliefs are evangelicals and historically Black sects of Christianity, especially where there is low income and low college education. So Christians, have a meeting, decide when the end of this experiment is, and be as generous as you like. If you say 10,000 years from now, fine. Just give me a number for when this game is over, because we cannot live in this state of perpetual end times and that Jesus is coming. And another thing at that meeting, decide as a group that we're not doing the 144,000 thing anymore. That's another one where it's like, if I have to hear another prophet claim and I get letters, I get books sent to me, I get messages, I get TikTok messages, I watch documentaries, and it's another prophet claiming that he's leading the 144,000. In Idaho recently, it was like the day bells and that whole thing, and you're ushering in the second kingdom. If I have to hear that again, I'm gonna blow my brains out. So have the meeting, decide, like, if it doesn't happen by now, maybe we're wrong, and let me know how that meeting goes, because we cannot always be forever in a state of end times saying that it's going to happen in my lifetime and doing that every single generation until we actually, I don't know, the sun goes out or we blow ourselves up. It's just, I'm too tired. I can't do it anymore. Here's something that I want from Christianity as an ex-Christian.
Now, the name of the channel is what?
No Nonsense Spirituality.
TikTok.
It's on TikTok. We keep getting these calls from Ontario. I think they're trying to, no, I just got rid of it. No, it was a scam. It's a scam. I don't know. They keep coming in from Canada. I don't know if they're trying to block us or what. The name of the TikTok is No Nonsense Spirituality. And it's a woman. She looks like this. And she's got a lot on about leaving religion, leaving cults.
Yeah, there's so many different topics on there. And there's so many topics that you and I.
When Jesus comes back, does that mean we get to go to heaven? Nope. The Bible says Jesus returns at the Battle of Armageddon. He comes in the clouds and kills everybody.
Turn the volume down.
Okay.
There's so many questions and doubts that we had that we shelved them. We didn't deal with them. Mm-hmm. We acted like children who just listened to our parents tell us things and figured, well, we don't have to do any work ourselves. I hate research. Mm-hmm. Oh, I hate reading. I don't have to read. Oh, it confuses me. I don't want to read so much. Oh, you make the decision for me. I'll just do what you say. Just show me what to do, and I'll do it myself. I'll do it. It'll simplify my life. Well, unfortunately, we've done that. I did that. We did that. You did that, and all it did is make us slaves. In this case, Watchtower slaves. We really weren't baptized. We were branded. We were branded Watchtower slaves. We were branded Watchtower slaves. Well, we are no longer. We're runaway slaves. But I'm not a slave anymore. I'm not a slave, we're a free man. And now we have to behave that way. And that's just that one woman, that no nonsense spirituality is just one example of a person who's exploring and helping you and helping us to explore what on earth is this thing, religion, and what does it mean to me? Why should I even care about it? Do I really need it? Is it worthless, or is it really worth something? And the short answer is yes. Yes, it is worth something.
Someone keeps calling us from Ontario.
It absolutely is worth something.
And I think they're scamming us.
It absolutely is worth something. But you don't know what it's worth until you do something about it. You need to be an informed, you're not a buyer, but an informed person. Mm-hmm. You weren't informed. I was not informed. We didn't inform ourselves. We let someone else inform us. We'll tell you. Well, they took advantage of us. You can't let that happen anymore. Or you can. Well, you can. You really can let it happen again. And then the same thing will happen again. Someone will take advantage of you. So we're going to encourage doing the research, but do research that teaches you something in depth about the subject that you're interested in, and that is religion. If you're really interested in religion, maybe you're not interested in religion, in which case forget it. Don't even study about religion. But this basically is about theology, why humans gravitate toward religion. You may end up finding out, son of a gun, I'm not even interested in religion now that I see all this. Or on the other hand, you might realize, you know what? Yes, I do want religion in my life. I do. I don't want to be an atheist. I want to be adhere to some religion. I just don't know which one. So now comes the task of, exploring them. Or on the other hand, like I said, you may find out, you know what? I have no need for religion. I really don't. And I don't even feel bad about that. And this is what's happening now. This is a very large awakening that's taking place among people, not just among individuals, but it's taking place basically in a worldwide way, because maybe at some point soon, we may very well see some very powerful things happening against religion, because they've realized that religion is such a damaging, it's been proven to be a damaging institution because it has been misused. Now that's different from spirituality. Spirituality is totally different from religion. A person can be a spiritual person, but absolutely a-religious. In other words, not religious at all. Religion is something man comes up with. Man has to come up with these different beliefs, and they call it a religion because it collects people together, and you walk that way, and now you're all together in that belief. That's religion. Well, you could be religious, but you could be not spiritual in the least. Or on the other hand, you can be very spiritual and without any religion. Just as a human, we're not animals. We have that capability of spirituality. Animals, I don't think, have that. I don't think so. I really don't care. But I mean, I only care about myself as a human being and my loved ones. We have spirituality, and all this kind of fits in the study. And it's so interesting learning about it. You just didn't take the time to do it when you were in that stupid organization. And they were glad for that. They made sure of that. Well, I'm going to open it up.
I just wanted to let you guys know that what's happening here tonight is you guys are being scammed. My phone has been ringing too. Toronto, does it say Toronto, Canada?
Yes, yep, it's from Toronto. Yep.
Yeah, they were doing the same thing to me. That I believe is from the Toronto Bethel office.
Rick, what I did, what I do, I answer it, and then I put the volume way down low. If they want to listen, I'm more than happy.
Oh yeah, well these are pesty. I believe they're coming in from the Toronto Bethel office up there. So that this is very, this is not unusual. The Watchtower organization does not like our programs here. They're live. See, YouTube videos are good, but when you're doing something live, it's in real time. People can react to it. People can get therapy. They can hear all these people talking about how bad and evil the Watchtower is. So that's what's going on. And this has been going on for many years. But in the last couple of years, it's really intensified. Right. So that means you're doing a good job, right?
Oh, well, they say that's how you know you're over the target.
Right. So, but I'll tell you, I was looking and I'm looking at you guys, and the phone kept ringing. I says, I don't know if they get their number now. How they get that? But
they got our
Rick,
number.
we give our number out.
Right, your number's out, my number's out. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
It's interesting. I don't know. They figure it
But
out.
like I said, I'm more than happy if they want to call in. I'll answer the phone and just have them listen. I just put the volume down low so I can't hear it.
Yeah, well, I was doing the same thing. I got at least 10 calls during my program.
Yeah.
But like I say, we do have some additional software here, so I'll be monitoring it, and we'll open up the lines here shortly, and I'll keep an eye on it. But we'll keep these intruders out because last Saturday was just too much. I mean, it was
Well,
it was like a bomb went off in here. People
well,
were
maybe they can learn. Maybe they can learn something.
yeah.
Is
So
it maybe? Can we get any? Are there any callers?
yeah, let's do that
I'm
right
through
now.
talking.
Yeah, so let's do that. Yeah, take a little break. Let's open up the lines. Okay, let's go with okay.
Today's session has started.
Okay, listen, if you guys get some thoughts for Fran and Joe, go ahead and hit *6, and then it's going to prompt you. I think you hit 1 on that. But why don't you do that and see if you can come in and say hello to Fran and Joe. They're up in New York. They went to a wedding today. So, okay, let's bring 216 is coming in. Let's see what 216 has to say. 216, you're on with Fran and Joe. Go ahead.
Hello. Hello. Hi. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's the drunken Bethelites again. Now they're calling my phone.
Right. Hey, Rick.
Send them to therapy, Rick.
Rick, someone had a good suggestion. They said, give the friends the number and then we can harass them. We can
Give
call
me a
them.
number. I'll call them, Rick.
Yeah. Well, yeah, let me see if we got the number here.
We got
Yeah,
a number.
437-374-2566.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
came to me. I call them. Well, in the meantime, maybe you can find this. If we'd like to field any calls. Anyone else?
And I'm also looking at the chat.
Is that the number that you guys are showing up to? 437.
Canada. Here, I'm calling it
Yeah.
right now.
It ends in customer
Customer
service.
service rep.
2566. It ends in 2566.
Customer service.
Yeah.
So it must be a business.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm getting a bunch of texts in. We want to talk to Rick.
Wow.
Tell him to
Yeah,
answer his
this one.
phone. Well, I've been answering the phone. I'll answer it again, and let's see. In fact, let's see if we can coax these Bethelites in. No, yeah, they're not saying anything to you.
No.
All right.
Okay.
So, did you
Well,
let's bring in Larry John Wayne? Did you want to speak up, Larry John Wayne? You on with us? Did you want to speak up, Larry?
You can hear me. Can you hear me? Okay?
We can hear you now. Yep.
Hi, Larry. How are you?
Okay, Rick. Good. I just want to say something to Rick real quick. I tried to get 6 screens of the watchtower.com on my Samsung TV, and the browser's not allowing it because you got a new system, I guess. But if you could have your company put Samsung Network 22.0 browser, Network Browser 22.0 from Samsung.
Well, wait a minute. I mean, you're checking in with the 6 screens of the Watchtower website. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Well,
it won't go on my TV anymore. I like to watch the program on my big screen Samsung TV, and the browser doesn't let it go through anymore. So, I mean, they don't allow the Samsung browser. So, whatever company you're using now, ask them if they could accept Samsung browser.
Well, hold on. So let me just get this clear. Are you're not on the website, right? You're not on the 6 screens website. That's under construction. Are you on YouTube?
Oh, I didn't know the website is on construction, so maybe that's why.
Right.
Why.
The website is under construction. We got a few things up, but we're working on it right now, trying to get it better and bring it up to date.
Oh.
So go to
That's probably why.
the best place to listen in is YouTube. To listen in on YouTube,
Okay.
just punch on YouTube. Rick Barron Watchtower will come up. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Rick.
Okay. All right. So we're in question and answer mode. If you want to ask Fran and Joe a question, you want to talk to them, now's the time to do it. Just hit *6, and then you will be able to talk with them. So *6 if you like. Don't be bashful.
Hey, Joe.
Hello.
Real quick, what are you coming to California anytime soon?
I can't say anytime soon.
We just made a trip to California.
Yeah.
We were there
I know, I
in
missed
April.
that one. Missed that one.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Are you coming to New York?
Yeah, when you coming to New York?
I have never been to New York in my life, so maybe I'll do that in the winter. Is that a good time? I'm not. Maybe it's not a good time.
Well, if you're interested in colder weather, it
And
is.
snow, if you want to see some snow.
Yeah. Okay.
Who is this? I'm sorry.
Larry John Wayne.
Oh,
Oh,
hi,
Fran.
Larry. Yes, yes. We'd love to meet you.
go ahead and pick up your coward.
Yeah, and there's so many other friends too here. And just a point too, Larry. What we're
I think the family's arriving home.
I don't know if you can hear dogs or not, but there's dogs. They're not ours.
I'm going to try to do it for myself too.
They'll settle down.
Are they trying to sing Jingle Bells?
They're beautiful dogs, to be honest with you. They're just nice.
They just are so happy when people come to the house.
They'll settle.
If you can hear me, someone was wondering if there's anyone from Westlake, Ohio. Westlake, Ohio.
I'll call her. Hello.
Is it the same number?
I think so.
They keep coming. They keep calling from Toronto.
Toronto.
Yeah.
Toronto calling.
So now you guys are getting a feel for what goes on here. So,
Bring them on. Bring them on.
Okay, so
We're lonely. Come on in.
anyone from Westlake, Ohio, let us know. Westlake, Ohio, someone was wondering. We had our first call from Montana during the week. Debbie from Montana, and she's been out for 20 years, and sometimes she still has nightmares about being in the cult. This is the thing that we find a lot. I don't know if you friends do, especially if you were born in. You have nightmares about Armageddon coming. You have nightmares about the world ending and everything. The elders, you're in the Kingdom Hall. You're trying to get your family to talk to you. Has anyone experienced this, having dreams and nightmares? Even if you've been out for 20 years, this is how deep this indoctrination goes. Someone talking?
Yeah, I've had dreams like that. It's a nightmare. It's kind of a nightmare dream. You know those kind of dreams that you have that you go into school on a Saturday or gone to school naked, and it was kind of like the one started going in the Kingdom Hall.
Yeah.
well, we have area code 763. Did you want to say hello to Fran and Joe? 763. Come on, you're on with us.
We're here.
763, you're on with us. All right. Let's move on to 223. Yes, go ahead. You're on with us. Go ahead. Yep. Go ahead. Yep. Go ahead, sister. You're on with us. 763. Go ahead. You're on. You're unmuted. Go ahead, Tock.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Yep.
Hi there.
Hi.
Oh, great.
Hello.
I'm a first-time caller. I'm
Oh, good.
43 years at Jehovah's Witness.
Wow.
Came in 1978.
Wow.
And I find this fascinating that a couple years ago, I was the wife of a substitute circuit overseer, a special pioneer, and I was a pioneer for over 20 years. So the reason I'm calling is because I couldn't get into your show, and I wanted to make a comment regarding the control, with the witnesses not being told not to go to places of security in Hawaii. Now, is this an inappropriate time to bring up this point?
Sure.
Can I make a comment on it?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, well, this is what I have to say about it. You know, the organization is all about control. It's not about safety and security. You know, many of us came into it because we thought we found a place of safety and security.
Mm-hmm.
But when it came to the Hawaii problem and sending people to the places of where they could find security with their go bags, they didn't want them to go there, and many good comments were made about how you'll rub shoulders with people that will really tune you in to, you know, it's not so bad out here in the quote world. But the thing is, it's all about control. So I live in Minnesota, and I was a witness still at the time of the riot and COVID just a couple of years ago, and I want to share this story. Out of kindness, and I have a long history as one of Jehovah's Witnesses, which I won't go into, but out of kindness at that time, I called some friends of mine that lived in a very hotbed of the riots in Minneapolis. And there were two couples that I called and a single person. I said, I have a room, it's very safe. By the way, I was an active witness at the time. And I said, you can come and visit me or stay with me until things die down. The two couples did not take me up on it, but one single sister did. She came and stayed with me for 2 days, and everything died down. And then what happened was she was reproved. Okay, we all know what that is. It was private, and that was, we didn't tell you to do that.
Did we get any? Excuse me, excuse me. Can you at least, you don't have to give us your real name, but did you want to give us anything to call you by?
Oh, you can call me Mary.
Mary. Okay, Mary. I would like to hear your story, but we'd like to keep it brief because there's others that may want to call in too. Well, what we'd love is if you call us at our number, and then you can go at length with it.
Okay, so I'll hang up now and see what you think about it.
If you would, we can leave our number so you can give us a call, and then you can go at length with it.
Yeah, we'd love to hear your story, Mary. And our phone number, if you can take this down, I'll give it to you, is 315. Are you able to take the number?
Yeah.
Okay. Area code 315 221 0130. And you can text on that number. You can call us. We're in central New York, so we're a different time zone. And we're usually up till 10 o'clock at night. So you can call us in the morning, text us, and we'd love to hear from you. Thank you for calling in.
Thank you.
You're welcome. If anyone else wants to call in and keep their comments brief, we've got a lot of people that would love to call in. We'd love to hear from you. Anything that you want to talk about, being in for a long time, having nightmares.
Area code 419. Yeah, 419. You're on with us. Come on in, 419.
Muted.
419. You're all set.
419, you're all set. Like, nigga, what's up, bitch?
Okay, let that one go. That's a spam call. All right, let's see what else we get going on. I don't know if Larry want to speak up again. I'm not sure. He's on here in the question and answer. How about area code 223? 223, you want to come on? Let me unmute you. 223, run with us. Go ahead.
I need a nigger on line 2, nigger on line 2, please.
You got one here. What do you want to say?
All right. Well, we'll go back to lecture mode. Okay, go ahead. You guys keep going.
Q&A session is over.
Okay.
All participants are muted.
Well, while someone is calling, the one thing that I appreciated what that woman said was that we need to take responsibility for ourselves. We kind of left it up. We did leave it up to the Watchtower to, tell us how to think, tell us how to believe. And all of us I know we are very, we regret ever getting involved and listening to them and going along with them. So, okay, so we can't go back. We can't, we need to go forward. That's what this program is all about, the outside story. We need to take responsibility for ourselves. So whether you want to, believe the way you believe, that's fine. If it makes you feel good, if you feel safe with it, you're comfortable with it, that's great. If you want to just go on and lead something else, that's great too. We're not here to judge. We did enough judging while we were in the Watchtower. So we really want to get along with people. We really do. Even on the 6 screens, it's kind of challenging at sometimes, but we want to get along. We really love our brothers and sisters because they've been through so much getting out of that cult. And they really want to get a hold of us tonight. Keep calling.
Good. I'm interested.
Anyways, anyone else want to call in? Want to say anything? Let's see if there was something else we were going to talk about.
Q&A session has started.
Go ahead, call in if you want to speak to Fran and Joe. Go ahead. You're on with us. It's *6. You're on with us. Go ahead. All right, area code. Let's go with Larry John Wayne once again. Larry, you're on with us. Go ahead. You're unmuted, Larry. Go ahead. All right, let's go with Chicago, Illinois. Let's go with Chicago, Illinois. You're unmuted. You're on Fran and Joe's program. Go ahead.
Hey, Fran and Joe, this is Stefan. How are you guys?
Hi, Stefan.
Hi,
Good.
Stefan.
Good
How
to
are
hear
you?
from you.
I'm all right. I'm glad to hear you guys. I kind of lost track of all what the overall theme was, but I know that there was something about having nightmares,
Yes.
and all of that. I am probably the most skeptical person you'll ever meet. I have no problem with people having whatever views they want to have and entertaining those. But when it comes to me, especially how I left Watchtowers, I just basically studied my way out. Studied the Bible, studied the history of this organization. I knew nothing about an ex-Watchtower community. I stumbled onto this channel. It just popped up on my phone one day. I don't even know. I never heard of Rick Barron or 6 Screen or any of this. So I said that to say I have no nightmares, no concerns about anything. Even when I think about Armageddon, and I got a chance to talk to a Jehovah's Witness, and that subject came up about Armageddon. And I said, well, when you go and you look at that scripture, I said, it's a select group of people that are brought into this Armageddon. I said, the Bible is very clear about military commanders and rulers of the world. I said, I'm none of those things. Why would I need to worry about that? And the person had never even, thought about it. So I just said that to say, when you study, and you really start to look at the Bible, you don't have nightmares. You're thinking clearly. You're making decisions based upon the information that you have, at your fingertips. Because of that, you can sleep at night. You can talk to any witness. When I talk to witnesses, within 2-3 minutes, they're running away. I mean, I talked to a witness at a cart. They literally packed up the cart and ran. And it's sad because their faith is basically built on a house of cards. And once you just ask questions directly from the Bible, you don't have to
any place else. They run. So I don't have any nightmares. I don't have any concerns. I don't know what the future is going to hold, and I don't much worry about it. I live with the same morals and values that I had. But one thing that I noticed right away, after leaving the organization, if you will, was that I don't look at the world with that us versus them mentality. I'm part of us and them. And so I just felt a part of humanity in a way that I've never experienced in my whole life. And I just love being around people and getting to know them and getting to understand all the things as a witness that I never did, why I never did something that makes no sense, why we don't celebrate birthdays or holidays or this concept of paganism. I mean, basically everything's pagan unless it's Bible. So what? So I just enjoyed that. So what was the other part of your theme? I know you talked about nightmares and Armageddon. What was the other part of your theme?
Just basically taking responsibility for ourselves once we've left the organization. Yeah.
Oh, sure. Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely. Yeah, I mean, that's a hard pill to swallow. I mean, when we come to the realization that we sacrificed so much for this organization that we did nothing for ourselves, that's a hard pill to swallow. But you have to swallow it in order to move on. And I know in my own life, I started making major decisions because I never took responsibility for myself in certain areas, just like you said. Why do we need to do this? Why do we need to do that all the end instead of do this tomorrow? Well, once you no longer believe in all of that, it's just unfounded. You got to take responsibility for yourself today or tomorrow. That you're going to live in this world, you're going to die in this world. So you better be trying to make the best of the time that you have.
Yeah, so true, so true. Unfortunately, the society. Yeah, no, I appreciate that.
Hello,
Yeah,
hear me?
They can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, as far as having nightmares, some of us were born, and so it's in our psyche, adjusted versus well-adjusted for, and yet that was my, so I still dreams or nightmares. They're getting better. I'm going to the meetings in my nightmare and my dreams, and I'm starting to talk to people, and they're starting to talk to me even in my dreams. But that's a deep, deep psychic thing that's happened to us, what the Watchtower has done to us. I've lost all my family, all my friends of a lifetime to that Watchtower. And so that is very hard to get over. And a person in his senior years starting over socially is very hard.
Well, yeah, I no doubt it is. No doubt. But what alternative do you have?
Yeah, well, I'm okay now. I'm okay. I'm just saying that we're just on the topic of having dreams. I still dream. It doesn't bother me anymore. I can't control my dreams to a certain extent. We have dreams. We have dreams that we're floating in the air, flying, falling. We can't control them. We still have them. And I'm just saying that I still have them after all these years.
You know, one of the things I've realized is that most people, everyone wants a problem-free life. Because if you have problems, you have to work. You have to work at solving your problems. So we don't want problems. Unfortunately, the Watchtower gave us some very, very deep, severe problems. They really did. But they didn't do anything to teach us how to solve those problems. So now we're burdened. Most people who leave that organization are burdened with solving some very deep problems. They really are. And that's how you know if they were your friend or not. They were not your friend. in no way. And anytime they said how much they loved us, they were lying a lot. They were not our friends. They left us with tremendous burdens. And the only way you can solve those problems is by seeking basically the help of others who have been through the same thing and who have tremendous experience with those problems. And there are many people who do. And it's going to take effort. It takes work. It takes involvement. It takes basically going out of our way for it. It really does.
I mean, I'll use the example again of Debbie from Montana. I asked her, she's been out for 20 years, and she says sometimes, you know, she wants to go back because it had some answers for her where she doesn't have answers now. And I asked her, I said, well, do you have any support? Do you have any XJW friends? And she said, no. And I said, well, I know someone that can listen. Debbie from Nebraska. I said, she's got very similar situation to you. I gave her number. They got in touch with each other. And she said, thank you so much. This has helped me so much. Can you imagine being out of that organization for 20 years and not talking to anyone that went through the same trauma that you did? So that's, at least if we can talk to someone and open ourselves up.
I believe we got Debbie coming in from Nebraska right now. Debbie, say hello to Fran and Joe.
Hi, Debbie.
Hi, Fran and Joe.
How are you?
Nice to hear. I talked to Deborah last night. We had a wonderful visit, and I appreciate that you gave my number to her. And, you know, you gave me her number. Well, anyway, we had a nice conversation. It was long. We talked over an hour, and finally I just told her to tell me goodbye and hang up because I have a hard time stopping talking. And we do have a lot of wonderful things in common.
Yeah.
Well, some of them aren't so wonderful, but it's just nice to have somebody like that really does know how it is, you know, because I went many years not having any friends. Fortunately, I got connected with Rick's show. Oh my goodness, it's been like since like 2010. I think that I mentioned I've been on, but I've been pretty regular. That has brought me so much peace, and I've met so many great people that were ex-Jehovah's Witnesses. I've made friends that are have never been Jehovah's Witnesses, and I'm just a much happier person now, and I don't live in constant fear of Armageddon, of God killing me if I walk into a church or anything else, because I did go into a church one time and I stood at the door waiting for God to strike me dead because I go into this place. And I'd never been in a church before because I was born in third generation Jehovah's Witness, and I've never tried to commit suicide or anything again since I started listening to Rick's program. And I just like to encourage anybody out there that's trying to leave the organization, you know, just listen in to the shows that are on Six Screens. In fact, I post it on different spots when I go on there, and I usually try to post it on my Facebook page. But anyway, it's wonderful to finally be out and not have those constraints and be yourself. You know, you don't have to live. I mean, I learned some great things from being a witness, but I don't feel the constraints of it like I used to.
You know, Debbie, I appreciate so much having people like you. And see, we need to surround ourselves with others so that we can keep an eye on each other and care for each other like this. And I truly appreciate that.
Yeah, it's really, someone mentioned also.
When I was a witness, I did always have somebody to talk to and everything, but not the way things that were real and how I really felt.
Right.
And it's better to have this freedom and happiness. So thank y'all so much for everything y'all do. Y'all just connected so many people, and I love y'all to pieces.
And we love you. We love you too, Debbie.
I just love you.
Thank you for talking with
Yes.
Debbie from Montana.
Nebraska.
Montana. We got Debbie from Montana is talking to Debbie in Nebraska. So we love you both.
Yeah, and thank you, Debbie, so much. And incidentally,
She goes by Deborah.
Oh, Deborah. Okay, Deborah. Thank you, Deborah. Okay.
incidentally, if there's anyone else who's interested in connecting with anyone else, either in your area or anywhere, let us know, because we have how many? A list of.
Oh, we've got about 100, 150. It keeps growing.
Yeah, and at some point, if friends are interested, we'd like to develop a directory so that we can know who's out there and how we can contact each other.
Well, Fran and Joe, this is Rick here at the control panel, and yeah, we'll get back to some more callers coming in. But you know that woman that called in earlier, her name was Mary, and she was calling in from Minnesota, and you know she was talking about the evacuation centers. I don't know if folks heard it or not, but what's going on right now? Jehovah's Witnesses, the Watchtower organization, they're discouraging people from going to shelters. Example, in Florida, when they just had that terrible hurricane, Dahlia, that just came through this last week, they said not to go to a shelter because there's too much immorality that goes on.
Yeah,
I don't know if you've heard that or not, but
we've heard that before.
yeah, so that's something that really got a real buzz tonight on JW World News. But I just wanted to clarify that, so when she calls you back, that's probably what we'll be talking about. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank
you. Thank you.
That's so bizarre. So bizarre. Well, anyways, let's go. We do have a 607. We got 607. Come on. Say hello to Fran and Joe. You're on their program. Say hello to them. You're unmuted. You're on with us.
Hi, Joe and Fran. This is Barb.
Hello, Barb.
Hi, Barb.
How are you?
Good.
Good.
Where are you from, Barb?
New York, not too far from you.
Oh, Barb. Yes, Barb. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yes, we know.
If you have another meetup, would you let me know ahead of time, see if I can arrange to be a part of that?
Okay, I can tell you right now, we've been doing it every other Thursday. I don't know how Thursday is for you. And we can find you a place to stay. And so we just had it this Thursday, so we'll skip next Thursday and we'll have it the following Thursday. We would love for you to come.
Yeah, it's about time I made that commitment and came to visit you. I talked about it before. Haven't met yet. But comment too about the dream thing. I don't have too many residual effects from getting out, but trust is a problem. But my dreams, I think I process a lot of things in my dreams. I wouldn't say they're nightmares, but they're just a little disturbing. For example, when they started talking about going back to the hall or going back in service, I would have these dreams. Or when I knew there was a convention coming up, because I still have contact with some witnesses because of my situation. So just knowing that, I would have dreams that I was at a convention and I'm standing there and I don't want to be there and I'm trying to find my way out. Or I'm going to be put in a car group and I don't know what to say. I can't go back on someone's door. I have nothing to say anymore. So yeah, it's something that kind of hangs on yet.
Yeah. Well, you know, Barb, there is. I mean, I haven't done a lot of research in dreams, but there are ways to basically manage and to reformat your dreams. And I'm sure it'd be some interesting research for you to do that. And I think you're going to be surprised to find out that you actually can basically manage your dreams. In fact, they say you can even get yourself to dream certain things the way you program your mind the night before.
Mhm.
So.
Okay. I think I'd heard something about that. I didn't research it at all. But, yeah. Hi, little baby. Hi, little baby. Yeah, come on, baby. Come on, baby. Yes, my baby. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on, baby. Yes.
Thank you for calling in, Barb, and we look forward to you coming to New York.
Thank you.
If anyone else is near us, we're near Utica, New York, and we'd love to have you come to a meetup.
Yes, if you want to call into the program, go ahead and hit *6. If you're on our radio telephone line, hit *6. That'll bring you into the program. Go ahead. Go ahead, Fran.
Oh, I was just going to say, if anyone is in the Utica, New York area and they want to meet up, just let us know. We're trying to meet up with a PMO in Middletown, New York. That's about 3 hours from us, and it's close to Newburgh. Newburgh is where we worked on a assembly hall. So if anyone's in the Middleburg area, we'd love to meet up. We're trying to figure out our schedules. We'll either meet up for a breakfast or lunch in Middletown, New York. They got some really neat old diners. What was I? Oh, a couple weeks ago, Joe and I took our postcards. I don't know if we told you. We took our postcards and we went to the closest city, Utica, and we were passing them out. And we had such good response from people. We were going to go to the train station because that's where the cart witnessing is usually, but no one was there. So we just went down the main road and we were handing them out to people that were walking down the street. We were handing them to businessmen, and everybody took one. Maybe one or two did not, but we had such a good reception from people. We just said we're doing a warning work. If anyone would like our postcards, just let us know and we'd be glad to send you some. We have our XJW pins. I forgot to put mine on, but they're just little pins that say XJW, and we'd be glad to send you some pins. We've sent some out already. Just give us a call, 315-221-0130. Or our email is JANDF, our last name GUERINO @gmail.com. Sometimes Rick will put it up on the screen. But anyone want to call in?
I'll put it right up there, Fran. Yeah, I'll get the pin too. I want people to see the pin. I get the pins here. I'll go get that. But we have 978. It looks like Dick Borgie. Come on, Dick.
Hi, Dick.
Thank you, Rick. Hey, Joe and Fran.
Hi, Dick.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello.
Yeah, those bad dreams that a lot of former witnesses have, more than likely it's caused by PTSD. You have Armageddon hanging over your head for years and years and years. Every move you make, you think, gee, am I sinning? And if I'm sinning, will I be on the wrong side of Armageddon when it's going to come tomorrow? You know, the JWs, Armageddon's right around the corner. They've been preaching that for years and years. My opinion is the very best way to get rid of those nightmares is pray the blood of Jesus from the head of from your head to your toe, and ask him to protect you in your subconscious sleep. Because I've been diagnosed with PTSD. That works. The other thing that I wanted to say is, and I say this on 6 screens all the time, if what you're hearing on 6 screens rings true to you, if you're learning, my God, tell somebody, send a postcard to a JW that you know
I don't know, put them under the windshield wipers. Just don't hold it in. You're going to find that when you preach against this cult, it'll be cathartic, and you certainly will sleep better. And I really do enjoy your program. Thank you.
Thank you, Dick. It's so nice to hear from you.
Well, Fran, we got the number up there.
Okay.
I hope you don't get haunted by those lights up in Toronto.
The phone
But
is
we got
ringing off the hook.
well, my phone's ringing here too off the hook, but that's coming from Toronto. It's gonna be the Bethelites up there, seriously. But anyways, I got the pin. Let me first of all, let me come on here. Let me bring myself on, and I want to show people the pin. There's people also asking right now for the pin. So let me bring myself there. Well, he's got a pin there. So solo layout. Yeah, he's got one there. And I got one right here. See that? There you go. There you go. I don't know if you can see it or not, but I'll put it up nice and close.
There it is. Yeah, we can see it.
Perfect.
Okay, that's the pin. So, yeah. So, I look at this as a little treasure. Sometimes little things can trigger your mind. Little things can carry you into a world of its own. And when I see XJW, that's very meaningful to me. That's a badge of honor, a pin of honor. So thank you, guys. We get a lot of people wanting that pin. So you got their number, you got their email, give them a call.
Anyone want to call in right now?
Let's see. Let's ask them. Listen, if you want to call in right now, if you want to say hello to Fran and Joe, now's the time to do it. Just hit *6. That'll show you what to do. What you do is you hit *6, and then you'll get a prompt to hit *1. So we got 551. They're on with us now. Go ahead, 551. You're on with us. Speak up. 551, you're on with us. Go ahead. Don't be bashful. We got you unmuted. 551, you're unmuted. Go ahead.
Hey, Rick?
Yes.
Hey, it's David. How are you?
Well, David, I'm moving full speed ahead. You're on the Fran and Joe program. So you doing all right or what?
Yeah, I'm doing great. I haven't talked to you in a while. I just want to say hello to everybody. I ran into a couple witnesses last week. I told them about you guys. They feel sorry for you and, hope for the best and everything like that. But I was watching Barbara before, and I guess my question is, if Barbara was so sure before about maybe becoming a witness and then realizing later that she was wrong for joining the Kingdom Halls and stuff like that, why is she so sure that she's right this time about her decision?
Oh, you mean Barbara Anderson?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, she was involved with the Watchtower for a long time. She no doubt has seen things that none of us have ever seen before. But I mean, she's pretty sure. I mean, I have to give her a gold star. She doesn't really say anything unless it's truthful,
Yeah. It just seems like a common human experience when you meet people that you don't get along with. It just seems like she's person to ask her about that. But I think it's a real concern when people, think they're doing the right thing, and I'm never too sure. That's why I come here. That's why I ask you guys tons of questions, and I want to be very vocal about this. So anyway, listen, Rick, it was great talking to you again. You never called me up about those studies.
Well, no, I never did. In fact, my wife reminded me. I feel like a heel. I did tell you I was going to call you. I'm gonna call you in the next couple of days. Forgive me. I'm not going to give you any excuses. I'm not good. I should have got a hold of you fast. Forgive me for not doing it. I'll be in touch with you in the next few days. Okay.
Listen to Rick at the same time. What I'd like to do.
All right. Thank you, David. All right. We do have another caller coming in. 869. You're on with us. 869. Say hello to Fran. Say hello to Joe. You're on with us. Go ahead.
My life is over. Good day, mate. Another script on a bar.
All right, we got some spammers coming in. How about 312 from Chicago, Illinois? Come on in, say hello to Fran and Joe.
This is Stephanie again. I just wanted to say, to the gentleman that just called, this goes back to a larger conversation about the witnesses. And to me, to me, you leave for doctrinal reasons. When you study the Bible, study the Bible, and you study this organization, founding all the way to the present, doctrine, all of that. When you look at all of that, there's no way you could be wrong about why you're leaving, and you're never going to regret it, and you're never going to second guess yourself. So it sounds like this person has never done any actual research into the organization. I'm not really sure why he's on the fence and what exactly the deal is when the stuff is there. You can read, and you can comprehend, and you can think, you can certainly see that this organization is not the quote-unquote one true religion inspired by God and all the rest of that. And so once you realize that and you leave, you're never going to second guess yourself or wonder if you should have left. And of course you should have left. Should have left as soon as you realize this isn't where you're supposed to be. So I don't get that guy.
Well, yeah, no, in fact, it's strange what people bring up. But thank you very much, Stephen, calling in from Chicago, Illinois. Let's go to 314. 314, you're on with us. Go ahead. 314, you're on with us.
Yeah. Here, let me get it.
Okay, 314, you're on with us. Go ahead. You're unmuted. Well, let me make sure you are. Okay, let me get you unmuted. You are unmuted now. Go ahead, 314. Say hello to Fran and Joe.
Like me and my mother any goddamn way. So
okay,
I hope you burn in hell.
Well, where you go? We got all these people coming in again. I'll tell you what, friends, it's just it's amazing to me. It's amazing. And I'm going to just re-emphasize. Just listen to what I have to say. What we have here on a Saturday night is drunken Bethelites. You can say, Rick, no, they're not. They're just intruders. They're not intruders. These people are put there by the Watchtower. I mean, when you see these calls coming in from New York, Toronto, where is Toronto, Canada? That's up at the Bethel. Come on. So we've got these Bethelites coming in. They hate the 6 screens. They just do, because this is where people come to talk. This is where ex-Jehovah's Witnesses and doubting Jehovah's Witnesses come to talk. So that's what's going on here tonight. So let's take a look. We do have some other callers coming in. Let's see if Larry John Wayne wants to say something. Larry John Wayne, you're unmuted. Did you want to say something, Larry?
Yeah. Hey, Rick, I want to respond real quick to what the guy said. You know, I have found myself more than 30 false teachings of the Watchtower, but I was in it since I was born, and I was born and raised in it, and they have affected us in such a way. It's like an addiction to a certain extent. This elder came by my house, well, along the street and the sidewalk, and I told the experience before on 6 screens, and he was so kind and saying, yeah, you know, the elders, they treated you wrong, and I'll get an elder to come with me, and well, it's like he himself wanted to welcome me back. And that was such a good feeling. It almost got me wanting to go back. Of course, if I would have had a second thought, I would have thought different. But the feeling at the moment. So I can understand people being on the fence, because that has been our life. And if they start treating you nice, you think, oh, maybe I was wrong. It plays games with our minds. So I do understand, even though I know it's a false religion. So, you know, kudos to the guy who says he's on the fence. He's being honest, and let's just help him.
Well, I agree to that. Let's, for some reason, Joe and Fran have been muted, but I think they're unmuted now. You're all set, Fran and Joe. What do you have to say about that?
We're still here.
Yeah, it sounds good. Yes.
I think a person really, I mean, look, maybe some people do need to go back to the Kingdom Hall. And I'm not being facetious. I really mean that.
Yeah.
If they can honestly acknowledge that they, number one, like the meetings and going back and being in that repetitive situation. And if they like the friends, and if they're willing to be compliant and all the other requirements, then they should go back. I mean, really, everybody's different. Everybody has different needs. Different.
Yes, Joe, we've got Australia. Australia wants to come in. Australia wants to talk with you guys. Let's bring Australia in. Come on, Australia, 484.
Oh, hello, John. This is Calvin from Australia. How are you guys?
Good. I'm sorry. What's your name again?
Calvin.
Calvin.
Hi, Calvin.
Hello, Calvin.
I think that's Calvin Klein.
Oh,
Calvin Klein.
I've heard that name before.
Is this your first time calling in, Calvin?
I called in this morning or later on Rick's show, I think. But I called in a few times in the past.
Oh, good.
I'm not a regular caller though.
Oh, that's okay. Glad to hear you. What did you want to say?
Okay. Sometimes I walk past the cars. I haven't been to meetings or anything in 2 years. I walk past the cars and they say to me, "Oh, Calvin, we miss you. You know, come back." You know, and then they say like, "Oh, the end is coming soon." Blah blah blah. And then you thought, and I go and I leave, and I think, you know, these people probably think I'm going to die in Armageddon. And it's very alarming when you think about that, because like if I get to the point where I'm disfellowshipped or disassociated, now that's what they're going to think. It's going to be like, oh, I'm going to be like, what did Tony Morris say? Hot dogs on a grill or something. And they said that's not very good illustration, but anyway, that's a bit. Yeah, but sometimes I get to a point when I'm very lonely, and then sometimes I think, you know, I want to go back and just go out and have pizza with the guys and stuff like that. And but then I think that one probably, if I ever show up at a meeting, they're gonna keep expecting it. So I understand why people, you know, come primo and, you know, go to the meetings and get the association and all that, but I haven't had the association in like 2 years. But every now and then I think about it, you know, and you know, I get so tempted just to go back. So I understand how people feel about that.
Calvin, did you say that you do know ex-Jehovah's Witnesses, or you do not?
Okay. I do know them. I do.
Okay.
I see every now and then.
Okay. Do you know Brad in Australia? I mean, have you heard of Brad?
Yeah, he's probably listening right now.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, sometimes, I mean, have you been to a therapist?
I'm sorry. The camper is it's got a high ratio of mental illness. So the mental aspect of it is it's very hard to find a good therapist.
Well, you're absolutely right with that, Calvin. It is. You have to find, you know, my wife calls some therapists rent a friend, but, you know, that's basically all it is. You have to find a therapist that knows Jehovah's Witnesses, perhaps an ex-Jehovah's Witness therapist. Let's bring Fran back on. Fran, what do you have to say to Calvin?
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing, because not every therapist understands what Jehovah's Witnesses have been through. That Debbie Glander that we had on from California, she's a therapist. we could give you her information.
Hold on.
She may be able to talk with you, but you just have to keep searching and keep finding people that are that can be helpful and can be a positive force in your life.
Yeah. It's good. It's good. I've got Brad and I. We keep in touch, so that's a good thing.
Good.
It helps me out a lot.
Good. Calvin, can you do this? Can you? Are you able to call us sometime?
Yeah. What's your number, please?
It's. Can you see the screen? It's on the screen. Otherwise, I can give it to you.
I don't think he's on YouTube. He's on our radio network. Yep.
Okay. All right, Calvin. I can give you our number when you're ready.
Great movie. What about that?
Okay.
315.
Yep.
221.
I think it is.
0130. Yeah, please give us a call, and maybe we can, talk to you at length.
Okay then.
Thank you for calling in. We look forward to hearing from you, Kelvin.
Dick Boogie. We got Dick Boogie's calling in now. Go ahead, Dick. You're on with us.
Thanks, Rick. I just like to comment about professional therapists. They do have value, but I can just tell the audience, from my own personal knowledge, I had PTSD diagnosed from when I was in the Marines.
You're still there?
I got help from two other guys that went through the same stuff that I went through. We had a professional therapist. All he did was moderate. What you're getting on 6 screens is professional help. This is my opinion, just my opinion. Because Rick helped me, he's helping thousands of other people too. When you listen to other people and what they've been through, that's your therapy. It's cathartic. It's my opinion, don't waste your money on a therapist who probably doesn't even understand cults. If you really want to get a lot of help, stick with 6 screens. That's my opinion. Thank you.
Where have you looked for help?
Well, very good, Dick. I have to tell you that's good therapy. I mean, people do look at this as being the biggest therapy session in the world for ex-Jehovah's Witnesses, and we do it every Saturday night, as you well know. So, anyways, we do have Joe and Fran on with us. Their program is going to be ending here shortly, but we do have another caller wants to come in. It's 425. Come on, 425. I'm going to unmute you right now. 425, come on with us. Yes.
Hello, Rick, Fran, and Joe. How are you?
Good.
Hello.
Anyways, I just wanted to make a simple comment. This is my first time on the show ever, so I'm nervous. Anyways, my simple comment was I just wanted to say, out of all the years of being a Jehovah's Witness, I'm 49 years old right now. I left in the 90s. But some of the best, humblest, loving, kindest Jehovah's Witnesses that I have ever known were the ones that were the spiritually weak. They're like, that didn't attend all the meetings, going to field service, but they were awesome. The ones that had unbelieving husbands or whatever, they were like the most beautiful. They were nicer than the elders. So, I don't know, I just wanted to share that with you guys and to see if that was weird or not. So, that's all.
Identify with it. I really can. That's a great point. It really is. It really is.
They were so humble and awesome.
Yeah.
Better than everybody else I've ever met. So I just want to know if anybody else ever experienced that. That's all, Rick.
Well, no. Well, thank you for showing up here. Now, don't you be a stranger. You come back and see us again. We always love to have new callers come in. So thank you for coming in tonight.
Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate it. Always good to hear new ones. All right, good. Thank you for doing that. All right. So anyways, I think we're coming to the end of the program, Fran and Joe. Give you guys a break. Now, you guys, you look really good tonight. You look good. Really, Fran. You got your pretty dress on with your nice neck. Joe looks good. Looks like he looks. Geez, you guys look like you had a really good day. Looks like
We
you had
had
a
a really good day. We were on the mountain, and it was beautiful on the mountain. It was just beautiful.
Yeah.
It was really, really nice. We had a good wedding day. You look refreshed. So get to bed early. Get to bed early. How far is that from your house, by the way, where you are?
Hour and a half. Not too bad.
Not too bad.
Yes.
Is that up by the Finger Lakes? Is that where that is?
No. It's north. It's north and east.
All right.
North. Yeah.
So you say you're up in the mountains. What are you in the Adirondacks? What?
Yes.
It is the Adirondacks.
Yeah.
All right. I'm just curious. Yeah, but geez, you guys really look good tonight. You really do. And thank you very much. I mean that. You have a good.
Oh yeah.
Rick.
Rick,
very quickly. I think we should probably say too, we've cheated a little bit.
Yeah, we've been on a diet. We've been on a carnivore diet. And tonight at the wedding was the first time we cheated in about a month. But carnivore is you eat all protein and eggs and cheese and meat and fish. And Joe, I must say, Joe has lost. Well, he won't go on the scale yet, but he's into a new pant size, a smaller pant size.
No, it's helpful.
Yeah,
it really is helpful.
Feeling really good.
I have to say, he looks really good tonight. He does. He looks like a new man.
Yeah,
I mean,
well.
so that carnivore diet sounds pretty good.
that helps. That helps, Rick.
Oh dear, we had a rock and roll time tonight between the wedding and the dancing and the jumping and the loud music, and then tonight with everybody calling in.
Rick, and
tonight was a good program. We had a lot of people listening in,
Rick,
and so I'm very pleased. Yeah.
I got to tell you too, I was talking for about 5 minutes with whoever was from Canada.
Yeah, but he called in, and Joe
I was
finally
on the phone.
got to talk with him.
I was talking with him.
Well, what was his game all about?
Oh, he's a faker for one thing. What he was saying is, I need help. I need Rick. I need Rick to help me. I said, well, okay. Well, I'll let him know. What kind of help would you need? He says, I want to be a better Christian.
Well. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. Well, at least I know I'm loved out there, right? I told Susan that today. At least, it's crazy.
And I'm calling this guy back. He hasn't heard the end of me.
Well, we'll see what happens. Thank you, guys. Get to bed early. Thank you very much for coming on.
Good night.
All right. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Thank you very much.
Good night.
Well, there you go. My goodness gracious. What do you think of that? Geez, I'll tell you what, that was amazing. Fran and Joe. So there you go. So anyways, we've got another program coming up next. We have got Watchtower After Dark. Friends, this is late night entertainment for former Jehovah's Witnesses. This is the only program of its kind. We've got Eric from Nashville, Tennessee, and we have got Apostle Babe from Southern California. Now, they'll be coming on tonight. We're looking forward to it. Let me just check the studio, see if they're coming in, and I do see them in, so we're going to go right ahead and get things moving. I'm just going to close this program out. So the Outside Story, well, what a great program tonight. I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun listening in, and I'm sure you guys did as well. So don't leave us now. We got another program coming up right now on the Six Screens Network. So we're going to end this program. Thank you for calling in tonight. All the people that called in tonight, thank you. That's very, very meaningful. The new ones, boy, oh boy, the new ones calling in tonight was just remarkable. Thank you. So we're ending this broadcast. We'll see you in Watchtower After Dark coming up next, right here on the Six Screens Telenetwork.